Baby Leeya's life was one of excruciating pain. She suffered a catastrophic brain injury caused by a fractured skull. She had a fractured thigh, 22 broken ribs and deep wounds, all inflicted by her father Olusegun Akinrelli at the family home in Whittlesey near Peterborough. The baby's mother, Kelly Inman, had previously pleaded guilty to allowing her death. For the first 17 days of Leeya's short life, midwives and a health visitor came to her home to check on her. They had no cause for concern, so the visit stopped. 24 days later, paramedics and a doctor came here, and they fought desperately to save the little girl. Her horrific injuries included what appeared to be adult bite marks on her face and fingers.
The medical staff did a wonderful job at the scene. Clearly they were only interested in preserving life. They were able to resuscitate Leeya, or at least get a heartbeat again, take Leeya to hospital. But unfortunately, Leeya was so badly injured as a result of that, she died a short time later.
In the couple's home, behind closed doors, Leeya suffered. In the final fatal attack, she was shaken violently or thrown down hard. The couple didn't mix with neighbours. They were unaware that there was a baby in the house.
Well, we were devastated. Yeah, you know, especially around here, so peaceful and quiet, and think that next door there's something that's going on.
I mean, obviously 16 years is nothing for a life of a child, of a baby. It's, you know, innocent, but, you know, it's better than nothing.
At the Old Bailey, the judge was told a psychiatrist described Akinrelli as manipulative with psychopathic traits, a man who saw his daughter as something to help him avoid deportation. The Nigerian national came here on a student visa in 1997. That expired in 2001. In a statement, the UK border agency told the BBC, "This was a terrible crime and we will seek to deport Akinrelli following completion of his sentence. In 2008, we sent home a record 5,395 foreign national prisoners, including over 50 killers and attempted murderers." Leeya's death has triggered a serious case review, which will be published in the spring. A spokesman for the NHS in Cambridgeshire said all health agencies would seek to learn from the tragedy. Sally Chidzoy, BBC Look East, Cambridgeshire.
A campaign against homophobia in football has been launched today. It's been inspired by the former Norwich City star Justin Fashanu. He killed himself in 1998, just a few years after he came out. Well, let's go live to Carrow Road and our chief reporter, Kim Riley. Kim.
Yeah, this is the park just alongside the football ground. Now, February the 19th was Justin Fashanu's birthday. He'll always be a complete hero here. And tonight they're holding a seven-a-side football tournament in his honour, featuring the Justin All-Stars. Progress has been made at rooting out racism on the terraces, but the feeling, certainly the backers of the Justin campaign, say a lot's still got to be done when it comes to homophobia. It certainly takes a very brave footballer to do as Justin Fashanu did and admit to the world that he's gay. Justin and his brother John were brought up by white foster parents in Norfolk, a secure, loving home that was the springboard to successful careers in football. But Justin's life was tragically cut short when he hanged himself in a lock-up garage in East London in 1998. By then, the glory days at Norwich were well behind him. He was a star striker, running rings around hapless defenders.
Oh, and Fashanu's through here for Norwich. Fashanu again, and that is...
At Norwich, he was sensational. He was awesome. He was like a Black Panther.
Ryan, Fashanu.
Justin would shoot from the right foot, he'd shoot from the left foot. He'd hang in the air. Oh! You knew before it left his head that was a goal.
Fashanu again.
30 years ago, this is the goal against Liverpool which catapulted Justin to national fame, earning the title Goal of the Season.
Ryan, Fashanu. Oh, what a goal! Oh, that's a magnificent goal!
Justin's niece, singer and model Amal, today toured an exhibition celebrating the life of the man who was to become Britain's first £1 million black footballer and make more headlines by coming out in 1990.
Everyone's knowing about it, and slowly the involvement of everyone is going to make a change, and I feel very proud of it. Now there's a campaign which is going to help not just Justin and the memory of Justin, but many other people.
The Justin campaign colours are pink and black. The big question, how would today's managers react if one of their players wanted to come out?
It would probably be how it would affect the squad more than how it would affect me. You know, I think, you know, you've seen it in pop stars, you know, have come out and confessed their, you know, sexuality, and, you know, you don't really see it in football.
To many, Justin Fashanu's stand was brave, but 30 years after his super goal, not a single professional footballer has followed his lead. Well, let's talk to Darren Ollerton from the Justin campaign. I mean, as far as the world's concerned, we don't have a single gay footballer. Does that sort of shock you in a way?
No, not at all. I think 12 years after, you know, Justin Fashanu's death, people say that, you know, the environment in football has changed. But if that's so, still, we don't have any out players. You're exactly right, and I don't think it's the right environment for players to come out at the moment. Homophobia is still really rife on the terraces. That's quite evident. If it wasn't, I suppose we wouldn't be stood here today.
And the advice they're getting from the professionals is, no, don't come out, it won't do your career any good.
Well, that's unsurprising, isn't it? I think there's a lot of stigma around, you know, homosexuality, bisexuality. To be gay is associated with something negative and something weak, and, you know, fans and people don't want that associated with the game. So it's no surprise that people are being, you know, advised not to come out and to repress their sexuality.
I know the FA has kind of held back its anti-homophobia campaign for the time being. Are they doing enough? Are the authorities doing enough?
I think, you know, that's a big question, isn't it, whether they're doing it. I mean, it's a Justin campaign's opinion that, you know, a viral video campaign just isn't enough, you know what I mean? Homophobia is entrenched in football, and I don't think a video is going to impact significantly on the problem. It's about education. There's such a lack of education around sexual diversity issues, around issues of inclusion and equality. We need to start teaching frontline staff about this, how to challenge homophobia. That's what we need to do. That's how we'll impact on it.
Darren, thank you very much indeed. Well, it's all going to go on here tonight. Incidentally, the issue of homophobia is being tackled on Monday night's late kick-off. That's on BBC One at 11:35. Carol.
Thank you very much, Kim. Now, still to come on Look East, a medical trial in this region which could see some cancer patients being treated at home.
Jim Bacon will delight us, if that's all right.
Hundreds of holidaymakers, many from Essex, are going to the High Court after what they claim was a holiday from hell. The guests at the 4-star hotel in the Dominican Republic were taken ill after eating food they say was not fit for human consumption.
I think these were rehydration tablets.
Yeah. The Mims family claim they had food poisoning for most of their 14-day holiday in the Dominican Republic.
The first 2 days of the holiday was fine, and then we started to become ill. Everybody around us was dropping like flies, weren't they? The doctor's surgery was full up. Diarrhoea and sickness was terrible.
Then we went out and there was nobody around.
Everybody was
ill.
Everybody was talking about it. 1,800 people all sick and ill.
Guests claim it was here at this all-inclusive 4-star hotel in the summer of 2007 that more than 1,000 people fell ill. They say swimmers were in the pool shortly after faeces were removed. It was eventually cordoned off. Guests claimed there were cockroaches in the bedroom. Mice, birds and flies ate in the restaurant. If the signs were so obvious, why did people stay?
It's not as though they could just sort of turn around and come back out. A lot of people did reschedule flights and cancel planned flights back and take earlier flights back to the UK given the problems that they'd had. In fact, one of the planes was quarantined when they came back to the UK, so the problems didn't end there, sadly.
2 holiday firms have already settled 600 people's claims out of court for £3.5 million. A third company, First Choice, says the health and safety of our customers is of primary importance. As this is an ongoing legal matter, it is inappropriate for us to comment at this time as proceedings are still taking place.
Okay, that was the swimming pool when it was closed.
The Mims family want compensation. The High Court hearing is due later this year. Debbie Tubby, BBC Look East.